everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So today we're going to be doing the Faulkner Focus, seeing what she got to talk about today. I know she's going to talk a little bit about the Pope dying and how Democrats are blaming the Republicans for, I can't believe I have to say that out of my mouth. The Democrats are blaming the Republicans for the Pope dying on Easter. Like, coincidental. There are coincidences, and I feel like, it's it's crazy. Why what would they have to gain from that when another pope is coming into office that may not even like them again? What would they have to gain? What would they have to gain? Right? It's crazy. He wholeheartedly went there to see the Pope, JD Vance. He wasn't even really near the Pope like that. From the pictures and the videos, I don't even think the guy handshaked him. So we're going to watch a little bit of, 30 minutes of the Faulkner Focus, and then we're going to watch various other videos. That's sad, man, when you got to blame another person for another person's death when they're right on camera. How did it happen? What happened? How did it happen? Show me the evidence. How did it happen? Show me how it happened. Now, there was a sense, I could show you the video, but YouTube probably already took it off, where there was hanty-panty between Biden and a young woman, and I forgot, I don't remember well, but the guy died almost a year or two later with an aneurysm. That was suspect. And now she gets all the money. She's set for life. It's crazy. That's crazy. So let's watch the video that I'm about to show y'all with the Faulkner Focus, seeing if she talks about the Pope death. Because like I said, they are sitting up there really talking about how JD Vance is the blame. Show me the weapon that he used. What weapon did JD Vance use to kill the Pope? What weapon? Just tell me. There was no weapon. That's just sad. So let's watch it. Hold on. Let me connect y'all. Follow me at the Kimberly Cloud Show 39 on Facebook, and you can see what I see. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get me a little garden going on. I already picked out, hopefully this apartment building work, because the only thing is it's cheap to be on the second or third floor, and it comes with a garage. I'm like happy about that crap. So my car won't be sitting out there and get stroked or pinged or tinged on. And what else? Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Um, grow me a little garden outside on the patio. You know, that's what I do. For some reason, today I woke up happy. I didn't even know the Pope died yesterday. Today I woke up happy, super duper happy. I was just listening to music. I was just, having fun. And then I learned that he died. Now, I don't know much about the Pope. I heard of the I forgot the CIA had to come in and get the card game, the Illuminati card game. I heard the bad end, of stuff, how, they quietly control the different things. May God rest his soul. I pay my respects to him. But I heard the bad things in the Illuminati game that the the Pope orchestrates and does, you know. So they had to come in the CIA and take that game away from the originator who made the game. And it was a game of the future, you know. If you ever are on YouTube, look it up, the Illuminati card game. So yeah, that's a great game, and I haven't played it, but I looked up how the cards that are on there, and I don't want to look it up now because I would have to take y'all off of YouTube. And I have some people that are on YouTube possibly, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, they showed the Pope working with the government officials to keep things hush. And then I said, this was before I knew that there are scriptures or Bibles underneath the ground in a chamber area that the Pope and the Pope only, with other special people, can read. Only him and higher ups can read these Bibles. Look that up. Only him and other special people can read these Bibles. Nobody else can read these Bibles. And I wonder why. Why does he have access to these Bibles and we get original Bible made from the America, which the backstory behind that is when it was finished in the 1400s, they actually hung the guy who made the Bible and they burnt his body to a crisp. Look that up. Why would they do that? And then they remade it over time and time again. Why would they have to kill these people? So I don't know. It's to me, it's like a lot of cover-ups, something is wrong, the secrets will allow him and begin with the new pope, and we shall see who the new pope is going to be, and that is that.
Easy.
So, my heart goes out to the Pope. There was a kerfuffle, a verbal kerfuffle between Trump and the Pope before. Um, I forgot what it was about. It was about illegal immigrants, I think. He said that he was doing wrong by illegal immigrants, and yeah. So now they're talking about the MS-13 group, or the guy from MS that's alleged MS-13 gang member. And I don't get why, you know, people are coming to visit him like he's some superstar or something. So Aragua, Trende Aragua, when they kill somebody, their tattoo change. When they rape somebody, their tattoo changes. When they drug traffic, human traffic, their tattoos change, and they're proud about it. They have a whole story to tell on their tattoos that they wear on their body. Just remember, if you give somebody that is a real Christian an opportunity to do the things that the Pope has done, they will be able to do the same exact things. I'm talking about somebody that isn't cast in or voted in. I'm talking about somebody that is original, that is from the church, or not even from the church, that done been through stuff and believe in God, and you give them a chance, I'm pretty sure they could do the same exact thing if taught. They said that he's having trouble booking gigs. Oh man, I don't feel bad because if I feel bad, then one day he's gonna book gigs, and then what's gonna happen is he's gonna be right up at that podium talking about he want to run again. So I no, no. You know what they should do? Hold up, Republicans. The Faulkner Focus, if you're watching with Fox News right now at this very moment, Republicans should literally pay to have him on the shows and question him about different things that he would do if he was president. Just have him come on the show. Have him come on the show and question things. Question him about things, tough questions that Trump had to ask when he was struggling to try to make it. They were torturing him basically to try to become president. Yes, with yes. Have him come on the show. Have him come on a show. Y'all podcasters out there that's high-end podcasters, have him come on the show and straight ask him questions and see what he does. See what he does. Harvard University, bring them back on. You know, bring them back on. All these prestigious universities, bring them on to the show and see what happens. And then he will quietly retire in his basement to write his memoirs when he finally realizes that it ain't going nowhere. If y'all don't remember what I put, I remember I talked about him talking about black kids are roaches. He's, Cardi B said the same thing. I give her ass a pass. But he said, I remember roaches rubbing up and down my leg. And I love roaches rubbing up and down my leg. Like, really, 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 look it up yourself on YouTube. Black kids, Biden calls black kids roaches. I don't have the time to sit up there and go through every single film that I went through about Biden. Like seriously, they could have took that off for all I know. It should be a 3-minute film, you know. They be working on some shit, working all the time, every night, every day. I want to see this. 2 far, 2 fast is good. Taxpayer dollars pay for that trip to go see that guy who beat his wife with a closed fist and is a MS-13 game. So y'all be happy that he paid for this truck with y'all money. The El Salvador truck. Wow. They're saying Pete Hegseth leaked more information, but I read somewhere, briefly read somewhere, that someone from the Pentagon quit, saying that there will be more accusations. Now, Caroline Levitt said that someone is leaking classified information within the Pentagon. And I'm like, well, where is that coming from? You know, somebody just quit. You see what I'm saying? People are trying to ruin Pete Hegseth's name. People are trying to ruin the Trump administration's legacy. You remember Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, how Willy Wonka was able to get the golden ticket and walk amongst the chocolate factories, different factories, but he did cheat with his uncle, I think, and he ate some sort of bubble gum that, but he ended up winning, and that's how it should be. I think that they should pick somebody that's done actually been through something to be Pope. I think that they should pick somebody that actually been through something, been through hell in their life, not went through an entire life of training for this, not went through an entire life of training for this. They're going to act holy. I'm talking about someone who been through something. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Some people are mad because, I'm hitting on hot topics, and a lot of Catholics out here. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. They go through education and training and long, long term training of doing this stuff. And what about those who are holy? They can't get holy, or they're holy because they done been through stuff. They done been through a car crash. They done been through trying to break out of the ghetto. They done been through trying to break out of a lot of bad things. You know, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. They can have the Holy Spirit too in them. So, that's my show for today. Let's see. I know. Is there anything else? Nope, nothing else. But I mean, think about it for a second. Everybody is always, you know, sworn in from education and training and lots of training. Like, you can might as well call it like mind control training. I don't really care, mind control training. If you go to school long enough for something, you're going to be trained to actually become that thing that you want to become. You learn about it. Transactional leadership, transformational leadership, different leadership opportunities. You become that because it's like you want that leadership situation. You want that leadership progression. So yeah, you become what you learn about. And learning and acting and doing is different things. I just I look at things from the outside in. I look at things from the outside in. I don't, I look at it internally to externally. I don't look at it externally to internally. Everybody has their opinions. I have my opinions. You know, everybody, you can't, I'm not the one that you can convince. Just because everybody is going one way doesn't mean I'm going to go that way because millions of people are going one way with it. You feel what I'm saying? Millions of people are going one way with it. I'm not going to go one way with it because millions of people are going one way with it. I can't. So I look at things internally to externally, if that makes any sense to you guys. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Nobody. Remember that. Nobody in this world. Nobody is perfect. They either hid it or they hide it very well, or however it goes down. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm about to get off of here. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Um just remember, even Jesus wasn't perfect. He allowed himself to die. He knew he was going to die at the hands of Judas, punk ass, sitting up there cashing out on him. He told Judas he knew he was going to be the one that got him killed. And Lord and behold, he was the one that got him killed. He could have easily found a way around that, but he did not. Some people can say that was his wrongdoing. Maybe Jesus was tired of running. Who knows? So, just like that movie. What's that movie? Blow. Blow with Oh, what's his name? I have to look up the movie. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp played that movie well, and in the end, the very ending, he had a knife sitting right there, and he said, "This is my last time go round. I want to make sure I do this right." And everybody had all their weapons gone, and they're sitting there not even looking him in the eye, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And everybody not looking him in the eye and not, fiddling with their hands, and he knew something was up, and he leaned back and he said, "Let's do it." And then the cops just came busting in and they arrested him. Oh, wait, the knife was gone. He went to go use the bathroom and the knife was gone. He's like, "Where's my knife?" And it was crazy. So that's that's the only thing I can compare to it, a little bit. I mean, I know it sounds weird but it's like, think about it for a second. You have Jesus Christ that knew Judas was going to kill him, be a part of killing him. And it doesn't, you know, some say it takes weeks to die like that. Some say it takes weeks to die like that. You have two nails in your arms, two nails in your ankles, or, yeah, your ankles, and you're being hit with rocks. Takes weeks. And you're sitting in a hot heat. I kind of do believe in the resurrection because there had to be some sort of miracle to happen, some sort of miracle to happen. Back in the day, they didn't have medications. They didn't have any type of like, they didn't have any type of drugs or mind altering chemicals that could hinder you from, they didn't have fluoride, they didn't have all that stuff. So things like that, if somebody came down claiming to be God's son, you know, I would see that. I would see that. You give a person enough drugs here and now. Let's say Jesus was here and now, not in here, like here, but like in this world right now, in the United States. It's just an example. And he grew up, let's say in my year, 84. All the hormones, the drugs, red dyes, and all the drugs that comes with the foods and the shots that you get and everything. Don't you think that probably would hinder whatever sort of powers that they have right now? Don't you think that? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. Maybe that's why they want to give us that type of medication, because they know that maybe we all have some sort of superpower, like maybe the X-Men. So they give it to downgrade us. I want y'all to think about that long and hard. Why in France are they giving no stuff to cause cancer and stuff, but here in America it's questionable? Why is it questionable with RFK saying it, but it's not questionable in France? Why are we gaining weight here, but we're not gaining weight in France? Just think about that. Why are they pumping us up full of chemicals? And then they put in medications like when we get big, then it's time for the diet medications. They come out with diet medications quicker than they come out with cancer medications. They come out with diet medications quicker than they come out with cancer medications. Right? So think about that for a second, man. And I read on the news earlier yesterday, because they play the news over and over and over until like 5 or 4 o'clock. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was watching the news until like I was watching the Oregon news. I said, how did I get on the Oregon news? But they were talking about the flu strand being a little higher, and 388 people died age 60 and up, 65 and older. Did they not take the flu shot? This is getting sad, man. Those baby boomers died. 65. Some of us can live to 78, and some of us just die off from the flu. So anyway, I'm about to get off of here. Um, I hope that y'all really do some wide thinking. Don't think internally of what you see and what you hear. Think externally. Think externally. Think about what you feel. You know, think about what you feel. Some people do have the Holy Spirit in them, and they will never be recognized. They will never be recognized. And I think that that's very sad. And they're just regular people. They may not do the things that normal people do. Not normal, but people by the rules of the cardinal and all that do. But they have the Holy Spirit in them. If somebody is sick, they'll pray for them. They don't spite nobody. They don't say, oh, I don't want that person not to make it over me. Or I don't want that person not to make money over me. They actually pray for them. So, yeah. So I'm about to get off of here and square this away with the lady. I have to send her um uh the link to the show at 6 o'clock. Let me make sure it's at 6 o'clock. I'll do it right now. You know, everybody runs where the crowd is. They like, oh, he's famous. Let me run over here with him. Oh, she famous. Let me run over here with them. Oh, they're iconic. Let me run over here with them. It's not always green on the other side of town. P. Diddy is famous. R. Kelly is famous. So anyway, I'm about to get off of here. I said that like 5 times, and I'll talk to you guys later. You guys take care, be safe, and I will see you guys another time. Bye.
Never waste my time, you are I want.